There is a painting I keep coming back to. I first saw her during my art studies, reproduced in a textbook, small and slightly blurred. Even then something happened. She brought up feelings I wasn't expecting. Youth, tenderness, the particular ache of early love. I didn't fully understand why. I just knew she had reached something in me. Years later, I went to Florence to see her in person. She hangs in the Palazzo Pitti. I remember standing in front of her and she was looking at me and I couldn't move. A painting 500 years old can make you feel like it was made specifically for you. That's when I understood what I wanted to do with spaces as an interior decorator. I want to live inside that feeling, and I want to build interiors that give other people theirs. I'm Anastasia, an interior decorator, and welcome to my corner of the internet, where I translate high fashion, art and cinema, actually any visual inspiration into high-end interior design. But what I really do is this. I turn people's lives into a journey they can take without ever leaving home. So, our first destination today, the exquisite world of Raphael's Donna Velata. But first, what are we actually looking at? Here is a detail that stops me every time. We don't know her name. Raphael painted her around 1516. She is considered one of the most perfectly rendered human beings in the history of Western art. Art historians believe she was his great love, a woman he returned to again and again, and yet she has no identity. Donna Velata simply means the veiled lady. To understand why this painting was revolutionary, you need to understand what came before it. In the Middle Ages, individual portraits barely existed. Only kings were painted, and only because kings were God's messengers on earth. But the Renaissance changed this entirely. It moved the center of the universe from God to the human being. God is still there, but man is now at the center of his own life. Raphael was the master of this new idea. Now let's decode how Raphael built this feeling, because this is what we will translate into a room. Light and darkness. She doesn't just exist in this space, she essence from it. This is chiaroscuro, the deliberate collision of light and shadow that makes her literally emerge from the darkness. Color. The entire palette is warm, natural, grounded. Even her gold jewelry and the heavy embroidery of her sleeve do not scream. The only vibrant note here is the faintest blush on her cheeks. A single touch of rose, and it reads as the most intimate detail in the painting. Movement. Look at how the folds of her sleeve begin a fluid, undulating movement that ripples through her entire posture. Her white blouse gathers in microscopic pleats that seem to flow like water. It's a texture so light, so airy that looking at it, you breathe a little easier. So, this is the emotional DNA we are building from. My canvas for this project is an old-world Italian bedroom. Raw wooden ceiling beams, original terracotta tiles. Terracotta literally means baked earth in Italian. The bones of this room already speak the right language. I begin with the walls. I paint them, ceiling included, in a beautifully tender, enveloping shade called Halva by Tikurila. By the way, you can find a link to all the products I use in this video in the description below. To complete Raphael's chiaroscuro, I lay a deep chocolate rug across the entire floor. Now the room has its darkness, and everything that lives above it will glow. Historically, Renaissance homes, much like this portrait, featured nothing superfluous, yet they remained deeply emotional and intimate. Therefore, the center of the composition in this room is the bed. The headboard is crafted from dark mango wood, ascetic, dignified, and with softly rounded edges that echo Donna Velata's fluid silhouette. I dress it entirely in delicate plush linen. Remember the translucent veil draped over her head? I hung floor-length linen curtains that don't simply cover the windows, they transform the light. They filter the sun into something diffuse and ethereal, the way her veil softens the line between her and the viewer. In the Renaissance, massive wardrobes didn't exist. People used tables, benches, and cassones. chests. Honoring this, I anchor the left side of the headboard with a green chest covered in hand-carved ornament. At the foot of the bed, a beautifully proportioned bench. And now it's time to bring the exquisite splendor of the Donna Velata sleeve into this room. I've placed a Baroque mirror encased in a heavy silver gold frame. Its swirling carvings mimic the movement of her sleeve. As a tribute to the Renaissance obsession with antiquity, I have added a large antique amphora, a quiet reminder that this aesthetic didn't begin with Raphael. He was reaching backward too, returning to the ancient and archaic roots that gave birth to the Renaissance itself. On the opposite wall, a smaller sunburst mirror and candles. In the evening, they cast a slow dance of shadows that activates the chiaroscuro all over again. To preserve the painting's drama after dark, I've created a layered lighting scheme. 2 long pendant lights descending by the headboard and a floor lamp that functions as both light source and sculpture. So, look at what happened here. We read the painting and we understood what it was trying to say about being a human in the Renaissance era. And we built a room that says the exact same thing. A room that asks you to feel sovereign in it, present in it, and at the center of your own life. I've been standing in front of Donna Velata for years now, in my memory. And she still gives me that half smile. I want that for your home too. That quiet feeling of arriving somewhere that is truly and completely unmistakably yours. This is what I believe interior design can be. Not trend following, but a form of translation between the art that moves you and the space where you spend your entire life. Because the space where you spend most of your life isn't just a box. Your home is a frame inside of which your life is lived. If you're ready to build yours, the link to work with me is in the description. And I'll see you in the next video.